the War Machine himself opens up about playing a Skrull in the MCU, that big revelation, and sort of what it was like for him to find out and get out there and do it. So once again, this comes at us from James Rhodes himself, Don Cheadle, who did an interview with Marvel Entertainment. And they were talking about the whole Skrull reveal and the idea behind it. And he says that obviously he was not kept in the dark in regards to this. And when he found out what they were going to be doing and the backstory that they gave him for how long he's been a Skrull and everything, he said that it was fun for him to get back to playing James Rhodes, but do it with the knowledge that he is now a Skrull. And the knowledge that he has to play things just a little differently so a person like Nick Fury could pick up on it. But also, it gave him the freedom to kind of be a little bit more loose as James Rhodes and do things just a little differently to kind of set up this, well, reveal, right? Which I think a lot of people did have. I mean, I've been saying he's a Skrull since literally they announced that the Secret Invasion was coming. So it was finally nice to see that pay off. But I do like that he's talking about the bigger idea of how they're handling the whole situation in terms of, hey, they actually told me what I'm going to be doing. Because as most of you know, we've recently found out that Marvel Studios has kept specific things literally secret from the actors that didn't even know what they were playing or that they were a Skrull. Like Kobe Smolder. She was like, oh, I had no idea I was a Skrull up until literally they're like, oh, you were a Skrull. And she goes, what? How long? And they're like, oh, in like 3 projects. Okay. Like, at least he knew, so he knew what was coming. But it's very interesting how Marvel chooses how to approach these scenarios. I will say the one thing that I saw that Don Cheadle said in a separate interview, I can't remember what outlet it was. I want to say it was one of the bigger trades. Either way, though, he said that the whole idea with the Skrulls going forward even is that you just never know, and that the mystery will stay in place in regards to some specific things. Which makes me think that maybe we're going to see the Skrulls have some effect on Armor Wars, for example. Which would be really interesting, and maybe not just like a small plot line, maybe a bigger one. Which, again, I guess we'll talk about that when we get to that eventually.